Black Light Cyberspace Ministry. This is what my role is. I'm trying to establish that of a guidance counselor because growing up here in America, you don't really have good parenting on the average. Uh, it's not balanced. Uh, most black people are, the do-gooders, as we say. They feel like if they follow all the rules of the establishment got laid out, that they're being good citizens. But they want to live next to the Caucasian and be counted as an equal to those that came here uh, as immigrants over here and from Europe. So uh, they feel like these people are the wisest and got the upper hand, and that we as black people are better for it, that we came over here as slaves, that we were savages before, and they feel like your present day society here in America is the best. But they're not taking into consideration of how the foundation of America was laid out. Laid out. It was corrupt from the beginning because when they were over in Europe, over in England, uh, England, was plagued with diseases. They were constantly at war, and uh, they had to find a better place to live, and so they brought all that corruption and diseases over here with them. Because you got to consider this: if the Native American and the African, the original African, were so backwards, were so corrupt, and had diseases, like Ebola, and other diseases that they claim, AIDS and all that came from Africa. If the black man is the oldest man on the planet, goes back millions of years, he would have been and wiped himself out if he was such a savage. You know. But instead, uh, the darker people of the planet are the majority, and the Caucasian is the minority. When you go over the whole planet, uh, so he had to cut corners in order to survive. He had to do heinous acts in order to survive, or he would have perished. So he had to be a gangster, which he got from the Romans. That style of ruling, dictatorship, backstabbing. Because the gangster's way of war really is like bushwhacking, sniping. He don't let you know he gonna kill you. Every time he put a hit on somebody, uh, it's without them confronting them face to face. He'll trick them into putting their guards down, and a lot of times you don't know it's coming. Now that's what they did. Brutus did to Caesar, one of those Caesars over there. Stabbed him in the back, you know. And they've been doing that ever since. You don't know you're getting ready to get whacked. And if they get rid of the head, or who they trying to, the opposition, the rest will fall in. So they just kill the leader, and the soldiers become loyal to them, and the leader's soldiers become loyal to them. So they've been following that blueprint still right today. You know, they get rid of the head, and the people, the citizens, fall in line. And not only that, they kill their own presidents. Like Lincoln, and there was another one they assassinated, and then Kennedy, then Bobby. So they kill their own people when they don't go the way. That's gangster all the way. All that's gangster. And when you don't follow their program, you're going to get whacked. So that gangster mentality been around for a long time. Now, if we had that kind of mentality, which we didn't have that. We didn't practice that kind of culture of gangsterism. You know, we were more upfront. You know, we would fight your head on. You know, if we had to. And then a lot of times the wars that we had, we wouldn't kill them. That's why you need to go back and study Roots, Alex Haley's Roots. Go and look at that movie, especially the beginning of it. You see how the culture that we had. You'll see glimpses of the culture that we had before we were brought over here as slaves. So a lot of you who are training, you're parenting your children, you know, y'all don't bring them up to know that kind of a history. Y'all just want them to assimilate. And most of them, you know, if they don't grow up in the hood being thugs or whatever, they'll grow up being blue-collar thugs. Or, I mean, not blue-collar thugs, but white-collar thugs. They steal your money legitimately, working for these companies and corporations. Corporations is gangsters too. They just try to do it legally. This is Black Light Out.